What's going on, everyone? It's Alex here from Alex Physio. Today I'm going to be going over 3 exercises that you can do to strengthen your hip flexor muscles. Welcome. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Alexander Kravich. I'm a physiotherapist in Vancouver, British Columbia. And today I'm going to be going over 3 exercises that you can do to strengthen your hip flexor muscles. So strengthening hip flexor muscles is something that seems pretty unorthodox to a lot of individuals, as the common adage is that my hip flexors are tight and I need to stretch my hip flexors. But what I'm saying is that may not always be the case, and sometimes it's actually that the tightness or the feeling of tightness may actually be being masked as actual weakness in the muscles. So the purpose of this video is to try to show you some exercises to actually work on strengthening the hip flexor muscles versus stretching them. As always, this isn't medical advice, so please see a physiotherapist if you are having some hip flexor related discomfort or pain to see what's actually going on. So exercise number 1, we're going to do a Psoas March. So what this is going to look like is I'm going to grab a band and I'm going to loop it around my feet, around the middle aspect of my foot on both sides, okay? From here, I'm trying to march, or I'm trying to lift my knee up as high as I can and then come back to the start. So I'm trying to go up as high as I can, control, and back to the start. Obviously, the more the tension in the band, the harder it is to get that full hip flexion range of motion, and the lighter the band, the easier it is. But find a band that's relatively medium tension, not the highest, not the lowest. And the other benefit of doing this exercise is you're also working on strengthening the glute muscle on the leg that's on the ground. So you're trying to drive the knee up and come back down. That's exercise 1, Psoas March. Exercise 2, we're going to get in the same position, so we're going to do a Psoas March again. But now we're going to lift our feet on a chair. We're going to lift our bum off the ground, and from here, you're doing that same Psoas March in just a different position. So here, I'm able to get a little bit further in my hip flexion range of motion as I'm bringing my knee towards me and away from me. And again, I'm trying to keep my bum muscles squeezed throughout, trying not to let my hips sag, keeping them up, and drive towards my chest and back to the start. Towards my chest, back to the start. Exercise 3, we're going to do FRC, or functional range conditioning lift offs. So what this is going to look like is I'm going to put a block or something that's about 4 to 6 inches off the ground. I'm trying to hug my other leg, so I'm bringing my knee to my chest, and I'm trying to stay relatively upright in this position. And from here, as I try to straighten my knee and turn on my quadricep muscles and stay upright, I'm trying to lift my leg up and over the block without losing my position or without losing the arching in my back. So I'm trying to stay up nice and tall here, bring my knee to my chest on the other side, turn on my quad muscle, lift up and down, up, down. Much harder than it looks. If this is too easy, you can elevate the block and make it a little bit higher. Nice and tall. And back down. And back down. Again, I'm just trying to keep my position. The more I come forward, so if I even lean forward slightly, and really bring my knee right to my chest, and even arch my back as much as I can, becomes much more challenging, because the tendency is for you to want to drop your hips or tilt your pelvis backwards to basically cheat the movement. So you really want to try to stay upright with this one. So there you have it. We went over 3 hip flexor strengthening exercises that you can try at home if you are having some perceived tight hip flexors that may actually be not short and not tight, that may actually be weakness. Give these a go. I do have a video where I go over how to do a self-assessment to see if your hip flexors are truly short. Link down below in the show notes. Do you have hip flexor tightness or perceived hip flexor tightness? What has worked for you and what hasn't? Please feel free to comment down below what your experience has been. If you found value in this video, please consider checking out some of my other videos. I have over 450 videos on various physio, exercise, and medical related topics. And if you still find value, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really allows my channel to grow and allows me to reach a wider audience. Until then, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.